Hello and welcome to VOA's Red Carpet. I'm Jackson Vunganyi. On the show, as always, we bring you the latest in entertainment news and fashion, sports, film, television from around the world. Let's begin. And let's start with news from Nollywood, where animators are working to diversify Nigeria's cinematic output. Live action dramas are the staple of that film industry, but Nigeria now has its first animated cinema production house, which recently produced a 15-minute short film about an African queen. Unique Studios is producing Malika, Warrior Queen, which was originally published as a graphic novel about Queen Amina, a 16th century ruler of parts of northwestern Nigeria. Unique Studios founder Roy Okupe says that he wanted to do something deeply rooted in African history, culture, and mythology, adding that, quote, "These are things they don't teach us in schools in Nigeria because we learn more about foreign history than our own. I didn't know about Queen Amina growing up." So check this out. A painting by the late Nigerian artist Ben Enwonu has sold for more than $1 million after being found in a family collection in Texas. Titled Christine Enwonu's 1974 painting was commissioned by a British missionary in 1971, shortly after the end of the Nigerian Civil War. Ben Enwonu's son says that the painting was created to celebrate Black beauty and promote peace in post-war Nigeria. It recently sold at the Modern and Contemporary African Art Auction in London. The price tag, $1.4 million. Actress Regina King has made her way to a new HBO series where she leads an all-star cast in the adaptation of the 1980s DC comic book series Watchmen. The Oscar winner plays Angela Abba, also known as Sister Knight, both a superhero and a Tulsa police detective in a world where the police force embarks on a killing spree of the town's superheroes who are considered outlaws. King stars alongside Louis Gossett Jr., Jeremy Irons, Don Johnson, and other actors.
You gonna give me the speech now?
What speech?
I should calm down, take a breath before we're at war again.
No. There's a guy in my trunk.
Delightful. Put him in the pod.
The Nigerian film The Milkmaid tells the stories of two sisters whose lives are shattered by the gender-based violence of a militant insurgency. VOA's Grace Oyenubi caught up with the movie's executive producer, Sewun Sawamumu, at a World Bank screening here in Washington, D.C. Let's check it out.
The Milkmaid is a story that is topical, given what's happening in sub-Saharan Africa and the decimation of lives that's happening with the insurgency, especially with women and the girl child.
Camera set. Action.
The story of The Milkmaid is a story of two sisters who are living their lives as milkmaids in the village. And the younger sister is in the process of getting married, and that wedding happens, but right in the middle of the wedding, they encounter an attack by extremists and get taken away from their village, relocated to the camp of the extremists. There they undergo the process of indoctrination and basically a new way of living, which they are not accustomed to.
There's a physical background where we're showcasing the landscape in this part of the country, the beauty of the landscape, and we're also showcasing the cultural landscape, the color and the elegance of the Fulani culture.
Menene kike so?
Na neman yar uwata.
Menene zaki bada?
Mu kuma za mu koya miki yadda ya kamata har ki ce da mu kin gode.
Na yanke shawarin zan aurar da wannan matan.
A'a.
Ba za ki bi umarni na ba. Daga mi ita daga nan.
don ta mutu ma haka Allah ya so ki shirya kamar mace ta gari ina zuwa anjima da dare.
What we don't usually have are stories behind the people involved in this crisis. What we see are the statistics, 10 people died, 15 people died, 50 people died. But we get to know nothing about these people as human beings, their lives, their loves, their desires, their hopes. So the film really aims to train a spotlight on the lives of the people caught up in the insurgency situation in the country.
The truth is, the girls are still being taken. So it's not so much bring back our girls, it's stop taking our girls.
Koma yadda muke da.
Ba za mu iya ba. Babu ma wanda zai iya.
When it comes to science fiction, John Boyega is your man. The Star Wars actor has secured the lead role in another sci-fi, this time Netflix's film named They Cloned Tyrone. The upcoming film focuses on an unlikely trio investigating a series of creepy events that lead them to an evil conspiracy beneath their neighborhood. Creed 2 writer Joel Tyler will also make his directorial debut in this new project. As for Boyega, we'll see him next as Finn in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, the final chapter in the third Star Wars saga. And things are coming full circle for Captain America star Chris Evans. The star returned to his native Massachusetts to help dedicate the new home of the youth theater company, where as a youngster he honed his acting skills. Evans, wearing a Boston Red Sox hat, helped cut the ribbon at the recent opening of Concord Youth Theater's new permanent home. Evans, who grew up in the nearby Sudbury, acted in Concord Youth Theater productions starting when he was 9 years old. His mother, Lisa Evans, is the theater's director. He said the theater, which has seating of more than 200 people, was, quote, a place to feel safe and to take risks and explore what would ultimately be my career. Now, you guys know that when it comes to big names in production, Shonda Rhimes is one of the biggest. And now, the TV mogul's Shondaland Productions company is inking a 3-year deal with iHeartMedia to produce more than a dozen original podcasts. Rhimes' work includes TV series such as Grey's Anatomy, Scandal, and How to Get Away with Murder. She shared her excitement tweeting, "As I said, things are happening. The Shondaland family is teaming up with iHeartRadio to launch #Shondaland Audio." iHeart Production Network President Conal Bine says, quote, "Shonda Rhimes is one of the greatest storytellers of our time. We are honored that she's chosen the iHeart Podcast Network to extend her storytelling craft to audio, bringing a massive slate of new original podcasts to the world." And now for something sweet, let's head to San Francisco, California, home of one of the world's oldest chocolate factories. VOA's Reginaldo Marcucci takes us inside the historic site, now a popular tourist destination and city landmark in Ghirardelli Square. Domenico Ghilardelli learned all about the chocolate when he was apprenticed to a local confectioner in Italy as a child. At the age of 20, him and his wife traveled to Uruguay to work in a chocolate and coffee business. A year later, the family moved to Lima, Peru, where they opened a pastry shop. Then, with the money earned, the family moved to San Francisco and started the Ghilardelli Chocolate Company in 1852.
Everything seems to be so good. I will need to choose one. As someone addicted to chocolate, I am here to get one.
How often do you eat chocolate?
Every single day.
To get an idea of the success of Ghirardelli's venture in 1866, the company imported 1,000 pounds of cocoa beans per year. As early as 1885, the company imported 450,000 pounds of cocoa beans. Ghirardelli is one of the few chocolate companies in the United States that controls every aspect of their chocolate making process, rejecting up to 40% of the cocoa seeds shipped to select only the highest quality. The whole process of making chocolate can take a year, starting with the selection of seeds and ending with the packaging of chocolates. In 1967, the factory moved to San Leandro, across from the San Francisco Bay, and is home to other small businesses, restaurants, and even a hotel. But it is still the place known as the Chocolate Factory of San Francisco. And at the box office, Walt Disney's Maleficent, Mistress of Evil has knocked Joker out of #1 spot. The film, starring the one and only Angelina Jolie, estimated a gross of $36 million in North America and $117 million internationally in its first weekend in theaters. Warner Bros. Joker landed in second place in its third weekend with $29.2 million. The villain origin story has grossed over $247 million domestically. And as we end our show today, let's check out a clip from the film's trailer to see what is so Maleficent.
5 years ago, I thought I lost you forever. There is no curse that could ever tear me away from you. Will you marry me?
Yes.
Mistress, I have a little bit of news.
Don't ruin my morning.
Philip asked me to marry him.
No.
I wasn't really asking.
Nor was I. Love doesn't always end well, Beastie.
Trust me. Let us prove you wrong.
You have done an admirable job going against your own nature to raise this child. But now, she will finally get the love of a real mother. Tonight, I consider Aurora my own.
There is no union. There will be no wedding.
What have you done?
We go home now. Aurora!
Maleficent is a threat to everyone. We'll do our best to protect you.
Well, well.
One can never be too careful.
Godmother! This isn't you.
You do not know me.
Tell me what happened.
There was another creature.
You've spent years caring for a human. Now it's time to care for your own.
And thanks for watching VOA's Red Carpet. I'm Jackson Vunganyi. For more entertainment news, check us out at voanews.com. Our social media platforms, connect with us. I'm at Upfront Africa. Check us out at YouTube, at VOA. Hit that subscribe button. Until next week, goodbye everyone.